Bruce, exciting news about a very, very big event that we hope will be an annual spectacular for late models here at Valvoline Raceway.
Yeah, tremendous news, Wade. I can't wait for you to tell everybody what the new race is going to be called.
We've kind of got that pretty well worked out. Tell me about some of the Americans and the lure of the West Aussies, hopefully.
Well, there's a blue ribbon event on the East Coast every year in January for the last 5 to 6 years. We've had a lot of cars come over from the WA. This year there's a bounty that's been put up by the track, which I'm pretty excited about, that we're chasing a minimum of 5 to come across from WA. And if they do turn up, the track's going to put $5,000 more into the prize pool.
Now, with the Australian title being the week before, that would make sense for everyone to come back down the East Coast.
That's right. We're racing up in Kingaroy on the 1st, 2nd and 3rd of January. We come back to Sydney on the 5th, and then the yet-to-be-released name of the big race is on the 10th.
Why late models for you, Bruce? You've been passionate about this category for a lot of years.
I started out in modified productions. I moved then into super sedans. I struggled to go forward in that. Then I got involved with AMCAs and had a lot of years enjoying that. And at that point I got used to left-hand drive. And I think that's pretty much it, why I like sitting on that side of the car.
And with a lot of horsepower.
With a lot of horsepower. It was such a nice feeling to get out of the super sedan and the AMCA and get some serious horsepower under your foot.
Why is WA late model racing such a force?
They started about 5 years earlier than we did on the East Coast. I think the mining boom's been of great value to them. There's a lot of people who are making good money there that are typical speedway competitors. And I also think the main thing is when they took into the market, there was a real hole. The super sedans were not travelling as well. And I think on the East Coast, super sedans are still as strong as they've always been.
Why do people love late models?
I think they love them because two reasons. One, when you're driving them, they're as exciting to drivers as they are to look at. So when you come around a corner and you gas it up and that thing bites down and starts to take off, there's not a better feeling in the world.
American racing is just massive. The World 100 is effectively the biggest speedway race in the world.
Yeah, I never made it to the World 100. One of our local drivers, Ross and Castry, competed in it this year. I got to the Knoxville Nationals for late models, and that was an incredible race meeting. It was one of the best races I've ever seen. I watched Ryan Burkhoff Scott Bloomquist turn 4 to win the race.
So we're going to get more Americans. We're going to work towards developing a lot of local talent to race these guys, and certainly hoping for some interstaters as well this year. Is that our focus?
I think our main focus is to build our numbers in Parramatta. I'm really happy with the concept of the tracks pushing with the Parramatta posse. I'd probably just about say that we're pretty close to laying down the challenge to the WA guys. I think we've been going over there in recent years and performing well. And I think this time on our home track, there's a very strong chance that it will stay on this side and all that cash they're putting forward will stay in Sydney.
They're brutishly powerful machines, Bruce, yet there's at least 2 rather petite little ladies that race this class.
It's really exciting. Probably the fact that we've got the 2 girls there with Caitlin and Jessica, it's been probably the best thing that I've seen come out of our division in the last few years. It's great having second generation drivers come through. We've got Ben DeCastri obviously in there, we've got Todd Bailey, but with Caitlin and Jess we've really been able to hit something unique in that the girls can come through drivers. Both of them jump straight into these cars. I think both of them spent time in juniors or go-karts, and it's a really nice progression. It's also incredibly safe in these cars, and I think that weighs on parents' mind when they're looking at something with this much power.
All right, so announce the name of the event if you can recall it, Bruce.
It's the Easternapolis, and that's basically looking at making it as the biggest show we can for late models in Australia.